Hey guys, go ahead and get out your workbook. We are going to be starting our last unit, which is on measurement. Okay, so we will be using different tools like rulers, okay, and those kind of items. So hopefully you have those around the house. If not, you can find them at the dollar store, grocery store, Walmart, all that good stuff. Okay, so turn to page 697. We are going to start with customary units. So this is what we are familiar with here in the United States. We use customary, and then a lot of the rest of the world uses metric units. So we'll start talking about that after we cover all the bases for customary units. So we are on page 697. Go ahead and pause if you need to pause. If you need to take a break, if you need to rewind, all that good stuff. So that's the good part of having these mini lessons recorded. Okay, so customary units of length. So length is the measurement of a line between 2 points. Okay, inch, foot, and yard are the units that are part of the customary system of measure for length. Okay. All right, example 1. Math in my world. So the actual size of a neon damsel marine fish is shown. So that's how big it is in real life. Okay, it's kind of really little, really cute. How long is the fish? The nearest inch, half inch, and 1/4 inch. Okay, so you will need a ruler. Okay, so this is Miss Power's ruler. Okay, you can see that up here I have centimeters. Okay, and then here are inches. So this is what we will be working with. We're working with inches, okay? Now look at my ruler right here. Here's the 0. That's where we need to start with. Now my ruler has the 0 a little bit in, okay? So when I'm measuring the fish, I need to make sure that I line it up with the 0 and not the end of my ruler. Now, some rulers, the 0 is at the very, very end, so that's totally fine, okay? Every ruler is a little different, but I just need to make sure when I'm measuring that I start with this line right here, that's the 0, and not lining up based on the edge of my ruler, because then it won't have the actual measurements, okay? Okay, so looking at my fancy ruler, okay, here's the 0, here's 1/2, and then here's 1/2. So think back to our fraction unit, okay? 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. So halfway between 0 and 1/2 or 2/4 is 1/4. So this line right here is 1/4. This is 2/4 or 1/2, 3/4, and 1/2 or 4/4. And then it would just continue, okay, going on into the rest of the ruler. Okay, so when you line up your fish with your ruler, okay, you can see that to the nearest, not eraser, to the nearest inch, it's 2 inches. Okay, line it up. It's closer to 2 inches than it is to 1 inch or 3 inches. Okay, measuring to the nearest half inch. You do that, and it's 1 1/2 inches. Okay, and to the nearest 1/4, it's 1 3/4 inches. Okay, and if you didn't get that, it's okay. Just go back and see if you just maybe didn't line it up properly, or just to look and see how Ms. Power got those answers. Okay, I wish I was able to sit with you guys and actually help you with the ruler, but hopefully you can figure it out. If you need to jump on the office hours, definitely jump on and we'll work it together. If you have a sibling or parent, definitely ask them to just get you started, and then you'll catch on of what you're looking for. Okay. All right, and down here, inches is about the length of a paper clip. So not the really tiny paper clips, but a normal paper clip, okay? And then also, if you look at your knuckles, from this knuckle to this knuckle, it's about an inch, okay? A foot is about the length of a textbook. So the textbook you're working in, okay, it's about a foot. And remember, a foot is 1 ruler, okay? And then 1 yard is about the height of a chair. and 1 yard is 3 feet. So 3 rulers put together, that is a yard. Okie dokie. Okay, caterpillar. Choose the best estimate for the length of a caterpillar. 2 inches, 20 inches, 20 feet, or 2 yards. Now, caterpillars are small, and that's what it says right there. So inches are better estimates than using feet and yards. So we can rule out right away C and D. Those would be huge caterpillars. So since 20 inches is more than a foot, because 1 foot on a ruler, this is 12 inches. So 12 inches plus 8 inches equals 20 inches. So that would be a really big caterpillar too. So the best estimate is A, 2 inches. Okay. 2 inches. All right, let me scroll down. Okay, so for 1 and 2, you're going to have 3 answers for 1, 3 answers for 2. So let me go ahead and whoop, that might be helpful if I use the eraser. Silliness power. There we go. So you're going to have 3 answers for 1, 3 answers for 2 because you were measuring to the nearest inch, half inch, and 1/4 inch. Okay, so go ahead and start working on that. You can pause me if you need more time. Okay, so go ahead and start working on that. Pause it, and then we'll go over the answers in a second. Okay, so go ahead and look at the answers for 1 and 2. So the butterfly, to the nearest inch, it was 3 inches. To the nearest half inch, 2 1/2 inches. And to the nearest 1/4 inch, it's 2 3/4 inches. So notice how I have 3 answers, and I also have the units, so not just the numbers. So there's a huge difference between inches and centimeters. So you just need to get in the habit, especially for this unit, of always having units attached to a number. Okay. All right. The cubes, of course, not in real life, but on this piece of paper. Okay. To the nearest inch, 2 inches. To the nearest half inch, that's 1 1/2 inches. Sorry, I got kind of crazy, but it's 1 1/2 inches. And to the nearest 1/4 inch, it's 1 3/4 inches. Okay. All right, let me scroll down. So choose the best estimate for the length. Okay. Now, it's not asking on this piece of paper. In real life, okay, a bicycle, not an adult bicycle, but a bicycle you would ride. Is it 12 inches? Okay, 1 foot, a ruler. Okay, is it 4 feet, 4 rulers put together? 12 feet. Okay, so Ms. Power, I'm almost 6 feet. So if you put 2 of me laying down, okay, side by side touching, that would be 12 feet, okay, or 4 yards. Okay. And there are 3 rulers, 3 feet and 1 yard. So 3 times 4, it's also 12 feet. So those two are actually equivalent. So the best guess would be 4 feet right here, B. Okay. All right. So we are going to jump over to a different page. If you want to do the independent practice of this to get extra practice, totally go for it. Okay. Why are you disappearing? That's so weird. Okay. But we are going to move to page, what are you? 703. Move to page 703. Erase this.